Testing, testing.
Testing, testing.
Jake, you got a reverb going.
Yep. Took care of it.
Cool. Thank you.
Test.
Everybody coming through on the live link?
I think so.
All right. Now I'm going to go ahead and get started. Switch over here.
Our sound was better too.
Was it good?
Yeah.
All right. So good morning, everyone. Happy April 27th on a actually beautiful Tuesday. I don't know if you've been out there yet, but yeah, I'm looking forward to taking the laptop out there and working a little bit. The meme today comes from our experience this weekend of having a puppy who decided to eat a full sock, which was fun. And he got to experience, like the other dogs have in the past, what it's like to have hydrogen peroxide. So it was a whole lot of fun. Yeah.
Stay full.
Well, the first one that we got from the neighbors, because apparently we can't find ours, was expired in 2011. So no.
Oh, it's flat. That was just water.
Yeah.
Just
So
water at that point.
we were outside for 20 minutes with that one, and we contacted another neighbor. And mind you, it's 10:30 at night. Yeah, that one got him to foam a little bit, and so yeah, the joys of a pup. So hope everybody's well. Don't have a ton on the agenda today, but reminders as usual. If you're joining us asynchronously, we do record and post them each time, so don't feel you have to be here. But understand if you're live with us, you can ask questions. Canvas.cms Learns, we are still up and running. Admin consultations, please sign up. Got to talk with Whitney this week actually through this, and give a shout out to him for his work with OBS. So please take advantage of that time. The bit.ly/CMS Google account, we're starting to see a little bit more of that need for that. As we're getting near the end of the year and things are getting a little complicated and people are moving around. So that's a good resource. Feel free to share out. If you've got questions, j.mp/ITPD office hours is open 24/7. If you're submitting tickets or you're working with the teachers at your school to submit tickets, as much details as possible, especially email addresses, student ID numbers, or course links help a ton. The PD courses, Amy, we're going to talk about in just a second. So let's get to it. And I did not change the home link. Amy, if you get a chance, can you change that for me? So the first reminder or update is the two courses that we manage, Canvas Challenge, Google Drive Challenge, those PD courses. The due date for everything is May 14th. We've gone to sending out weekly reminders, just in general. So if you've got working with staff members who finish the course and they see those reminders coming, don't freak out. We check the grades section. We're sending these out just as reminders so people aren't getting caught at the end. So that's actually just over 2 weeks away, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
It's coming fast.
It comes faster than you'd expect. So if you're working with people, your staff, remind them the due dates are coming. We don't accept anything late. They've got to have all 3 parts done. And we're going to keep sending those out. So if you finished and you're getting those reminders, don't worry. It's just us trying to make sure everybody gets the information they need. And you can always check the grades section. If you have any issues, use the PD support forms. Amy, how's that looking?
It's up to date. Just remember that you can check your own grades if you're helping somebody and they're worried that they have not completed all of the requirements. They can actually go into the Canvas Challenge or the Google Drive Challenge, and on the left-hand side, click on grades. We have that page visible for them for that reason, and they can actually see that they have completed the 3 requirements. And there are 3 requirements for both courses: an intro quiz, the scenarios, and the reflection survey. If they don't have all 3 done, they do not get credit. So they need to make sure they've done all 3, and they can check that without submitting a support inbox ticket, simply by clicking on grades on the left-hand menu. So that's just something to remind your people if you're supporting a lot of people through that course right now.
And we're running the credit sync to My Talent usually once a week right now.
Oh, okay.
It's just a matter of logging in and running the things that we've got to, because of the end here.
Mm-hmm.
We want to make sure can be a little bit stressful, and we want to take that off people's plate. We actually have a question already submitted, which I'm going to go ahead and pull up. I don't know that I know the answer for, but will there be opportunities for teachers to complete the Canvas Challenge during the summer?
So we've got to reset the course and resubmit in My Talent for the next go round. It'll probably go live sometime mid-July. Can't promise exactly when it's going to happen. We're going to try to get it out as soon as we can, but we'll announce it to y'all. But people can just look for it in My Talent.
We've got a few little tweaks we want to make. Yeah, just a couple.
Well, and understand as well, if they've done some of the work at this point, we're going to be resetting everything because it's new course in My Talent too. Is that correct, Jake?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another piece. We got to work with the My Talent team, make sure we can get that configured right.
Oh, that's right. Okay. So, Robin, yes, at some point we'll make sure we announce it here, just so you guys know as well. How to. This was a resource that Jake has talked about many times, and I've been one of the ones that have ignored him on it, and I'm sorry, and I'm apologizing, and I'm eating my crow live now about that. My bad. But we got a question related to something called CK12 resources, and Amy got to explore it this week. She showed it off to me, which got me excited as well. So we thought we'd show it too. So if you click the link here, and I apologize. The link I sent out in the announcement was for the student version, and I had to switch to the teacher version, and that's what got me. But once you click on the link and log in with your account, which mine is not logging in at the moment, all you have to do is create your account here. And then what's great about it is I've got an assignment in my Canvas course, and it puts all of this content in. So it gave the images, the text, the videos, and what I did was I went and tested it out on my son. So my son's a student in this course, this Sandbox, and that poor guy probably gets confused by all the stuff that I do over here, and he's like, what's going on? But what it did was, when I went to the speed grader, it showed 0. So in his account, I watched the videos, and once he had completed both the videos, it gave him full credit automatically. So it kind of inserts everything in. And what this looks like, Amy, do you have one that you did last week, by the way, that you could put in the chat?
I do.
Just so I can show it. So if I'm creating an assignment, new assignment, and we'll just give it name. The key is right here for this external tool. Click Find External Tools and CK12.
You will find it. It's already installed district-wide, so there's no install at the account or course level other than when you go to the assignment. Choose External Tool, and CK12 is just right there.
Yeah, it takes a second to load. What I ran into when I first did it was it said nothing was synced, and that's because I hadn't created my account with CK12. But
you got to be a teacher account first, otherwise it'll show you the student view from that page.
Oh wow, there's lots of ways to get there. So there's lots of options here that you can then assign to a course. I searched Rome, and that's how I found Pompeii. Amy, did you find your link? There it is.
It's in there. And one thing I thought that was really cool is like the chemistry ones have practice as well that are embedded, and it was pretty immediate feedback. Like the student interacted, they answered some questions, it guided them through, it had some supplemental research for them. So it's pretty cool. The class reports, I did notice it took a little time to sync. So it is an external tool. So like if you're setting this up for the first time as a teacher and your students complete it, it may not show up like the auto grading feature like within 10 minutes. It took my drive home, which was about 30 minutes, in order for it to show up. But it's kind of cool. It shows some insights. As a teacher, you can see like kind of like how long they were on the page, what they interacted with. It's kind of cool actually. And from what I can tell, it's an open educational resource. So it's a really cool OER that I know a lot of people have heard what an OER is. This is a great example of one that I'll admit I also had not really explored before. I kind of regret that because as a former chemistry teacher, I totally would have used this in my classroom had I known that it was out there. Somehow I missed Jake talking about it all the time. So, but this is something, and it has a lot of different content for a lot of different levels and a lot of different topics. So definitely worth playing around with. But it integrates beautifully in Canvas. I would argue it's one of the most beautiful integrations I've seen of an external tool out of all the ones we've worked with.
And that goes to something that we've said too, that the integration within Canvas. The students are working within Canvas. They're not going through a portal to another site that, is a gateway. They're working here. They're staying within this tab. And that's something you want, is that interactivity on the page.
If you click turn it in, I might be able to show them what you did.
It said I didn't do enough.
Well, ITPD did it because I did it through the ITPD account
Oh,
when I tested it.
okay.
So I can show them what I saw if you want me to take over for a second.
Sure.
All right. So you get like the full experience of what the teacher sees as well. Make sure I'm doing the right screen. Y'all see CK12 but not code, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So this is what you see as a teacher. You can preview the assignment and see what your students are seeing, but you can also click down here and click on class reports or insights. So the insights were pretty cool because you could actually see a little bit more like of the data piece of it. It does take a second to load. So over here on the right, it gives you some insights. And so I can see like Justin's been in there. I can see ITPD. And then it kind of gives you like how long they were where, time spent on the read, their level of engagement. And if they did the practice, it also shows them the mastery of it. Can they not see me?
I don't know. They should be able to, yes.
If you see me, they can see me because your OBS is pointing to you. So what do you see on your Google Meet? Do you see my screen? What do you see?
I see the April 27th screen. At least that's what I see on OBS.
That's your presentation. So
Square.
Find me. Yeah, and pin me.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. Which Google now lets you do.
Let me check.
I'm excited about the new Google UI. Google Meet changes coming.
It is streaming live, right?
Yeah, I think we're live. Hold on. See what I see on the live stream. Where I keep going.
Yeah, all we're seeing is your screen, Justin, the presentation in the YouTube channel.
So go to the Google Meet instead,
there.
Justin. That's right. Yeah, that's what we need to do. All right. So to recap, let me see if it'll let me go back.
Sorry about that.
It happens. It's good. I might have to just refresh to get back there. That might be the one piece of the integration that's a little wonky, is I haven't figured out how to go back to previous screens easily. So this is an assignment I created. It's a chemistry assignment. I'm doing a lot on my computer apparently. So as a teacher, this is the view you get in Canvas. You have these class reports and class insights. Both of these are useful. So again, they take about a little bit of time to populate. But if you go to insights, I thought this was kind of enlightening. I could see using this as a teacher because one of the things I would do is I would give my kids like a simple reading for each unit. And a lot of times it was like, well, how do I know they read it? How do I know they didn't just answer the questions? So the insights were kind of cool because I could easily see how it tells you some of the data up here at the top in a second. If I go and click on a user, it'll tell me the time they spent on the reading, if they did the practice, what level of mastery they got to, and then like what they're formalizing as their percent of engagement. And I'm sure some of this over here also means something. I have yet to figure out what that means. I think this is their interactions and clicking. So it tells me how much time they were spending in each of these segments. So like clearly I did not read this entire document in 4 seconds, right? But this would be helpful and enlightening if you were a teacher to see, oh, they only spent like 3 seconds there. They maybe did not read that. Or hey, they spent 2 or 3 minutes there. Maybe they got lost or confused. So this is pretty cool to me. The other view of it was the class reports. And I can't figure out how to get back there yet.
Do you have to refresh the page or?
From what I can gather, yes. And there may be a way. I just may be missing it too. So the other report on the left was viewing the reports. And this gives it to you student by student. I had it set to auto grade. Once they turned it in, it gave them a 10 out of 10. in Canvas, but then I could go back and actually see the user. So I can see like Justin clicked on it, but he didn't actually finish it. He didn't finish the practice, whereas ITPT did.
Cool.
And I can then click on that and see more of that information over here as well. And so it shows me for the practice assignments, what they did, what their answers were, and if they got one right or wrong on the second try. The first try, they got it wrong, but the second try, they got it right, that kind of thing. So it's kind of really cool, especially for the chemistry one where there was integrated practice into it. I was really impressed at how smooth that was to set up, and actually how useful it was. Like, this is an assignment I absolutely would have used in my chemistry classroom.
Cool.
CK12 free.
Oh yeah, I forgot to tell that one.
Proprietary software. The things they are using to build this, like there's the curriculum content. Well, in K-12, how much of the content that we are learning today is any different than it was 30 years ago? The content's not that new. Ways of teaching it are. And what you're seeing here are a lot of really great technologies that are open source and available. We see it in CK12. We should be expecting it in all of our content providers. Our textbook companies should be doing this. We should expect it. There's so much we can gain insights on whether our students are actually engaged in content, like Amy just showed us here. So just soapboxing for a minute, we need to expect more from our content providers because this is available. And you may quibble about the content that's there, but you can't quibble about the technology. It's better than what we see from our content providers in other sources.
And it easily beautifully integrates into Canvas. I would argue a lot of our external tools, you have to like stand on your head sometimes and like hope for the wind to blow the right way to make them work
content
exactly
providers
the right way.
Those things before K-12s were interested in learning management systems, and they have spent so much on their own learning management system that they want you to use McGraw-Hill's learning management system or Pearson or HMH. Like they all have their own LMS that's proprietary, just theirs, and there's not much the teacher can do to interact with it other than assign things to the student.
Well, and if you think about the fact that it connects with Canvas and integrates seamlessly, it's already installed district-wide. If the students complete this and you've got this assignment syncing to PowerSchool, done. Yeah. You're not having to worry about another portal somewhere else as well.
And the readings were pretty simple. Like for chemistry, a lot of times one of the issues I had with a lot of chemistry textbooks out there is even though they're written for high school, they were not written at a high school level, and were very overwhelming for high schoolers. So I really liked this because I read through a good portion of it while exploring different resources and was impressed at how well they did a good job of organizing the text and making it approachable for a high school level. Like it was something that I could have easily seen using in a variety of levels and it being supportive of my students. So this is a resource I would very strongly recommend anybody check out at this point. Yeah.
Cool. Thank you. The next one is related to a question that we've gotten about how do you get the course content? Group is wanting to use it as like a portfolio to show what they've done. So Jake, do you want to take over the screen since you've got the EPUB? And I figured out what I was doing on my broadcast. I clicked the wrong scene. So that was my fault.
Okay, so first I'm just going to go into Canvas. So this getting an EPUB version of a course, basically it can be opened in any EPUB reader like iBooks if you're on Mac, or in Chrome there are plenty of EPUB extensions you can install to view it. But the concept is like you can turn a course into a book that could be a digital book, an ebook that could be read on even Kindle application could open it. It's limited in its functionality, but the cool thing is that it's all available offline. And so you can get there by just going to your account and your settings, and then you'll see the option to download course content here. So when you click there, you can pick a course and do a download of it. And I'm just going to pick one and do our coding meetups. And so it's going to generate it. It'll take it some time depending on the size of the course, and then you can download that content. I've already downloaded content from other ones, so I'm going to go over here. to an extension I installed. This is just EPUB Reader for Google Chrome. There are others, many out there, but you can just upload the file from Drive. And at this point, I could be offline. I wouldn't have to be connected to the internet. Obviously, I can't demonstrate that right now, but if I was offline, it would still work. The Chrome extension will read the EPUB file and display it in your browser. So that's like the easiest way for us to show this and how it would work on a Chromebook. So this is our Canvas admin support. So you're in our office hours for this course. So this is the course that we facilitate from. And it has all of the different information here, just kind of organized in the sequence of it. It depends on how your course is organized as to what it will show first, but it will always show the syllabus, and that includes the assignments that are there, and then shows the announcements next. And we've had 38 announcements this school year, it looks like. And then it just goes into the different aspects of the course. And now I'm viewing this with this EPUB Reader. I've just done a scrolled continuous, but you could like do a swipe mode where you have to just click or swipe or click the navigation here to make it go to the next page, like a book. All of the hyperlinks will work. Now, sometimes if it links elsewhere, you have to be online for that to work, but it's there.
I'm not a cat. That was funny.
All right, so just a way to get to your course content a little bit differently. It can be useful. We just want to point it out that feature is there and available. The other thing, like some people are wanting to share their course with someone else outside of CMS for like an audit, for a review of things. You can download the EPUB. If people aren't familiar with the EPUB or how to make it work on their device, you can always go to a site like Zamzar. I just love the name Zamzar. They've been around forever. But you can add a file. Let's do that Canvas admin support EPUB file, and then convert it to PDF. And it will convert it to a PDF. And then whoever you're turning it into would be able to see that PDF. Yeah, it takes a little while to convert. Depends on the size. This one might take a little longer, but that's all free. Open source resources, Chrome extension for EPUBs viewing. There are many of them, so it doesn't really matter which one you're using. They're all free. Some have ads inside or ask for payment, but they all will open the EPUB file. And then a free site like Zamzar can convert files for you. So there's my PDF. So I can just click there, save that, and let's see if I can open that in. Got to make it open in Chrome. So give me just a moment. Open with Chrome. Okay. So now you can see in the PDF version of it, and it's styled differently because that EPUB viewer, the Chrome extension, styles each heading differently than it looks like Zamzar did for the PDF file. So yeah, like the hyperlinks here are green instead of blue like they were in the EPUB extension. But it's just so you're aware. So if you need to share with others, people are saying, help, I'm working on graduate school and I need to share my course content with my professor, download it as an EPUB. That'll work. Convert it to PDF if you need to, or just share the EPUB. Either way, it'll work. There might be some quirks like this one. We got going to Pages webinars, and that link didn't work. I'm not sure what's going on there, but anyway, it's a useful resource and good to know about. Downloading as an EPUB, convert to PDF, share it with people that don't have access to Canvas.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I wish I would have had that in grad school because I was doing screenshots and printing of pages and everything else.
I was gonna say, yeah, I did a screencast tour of my course, so yeah. I mean, it worked, but it took a little while.
So thank you, Jake, on that one. The last one I get to do, because this is one of my favorite tools, is Google Tasks. Jake laughs, but he knows it works for me. So if you're not aware, Google Tasks is an integrated application or app within Google Suite or G Suite or Workspace, whatever you call it. And this is for both work and personal accounts, and I use it on multiple accounts for different things. What they've done that's really, really nice is they put out an update last night, and they said that instead of editing a task and having to open a new window to edit it, you can do it right from the page. And this makes it really fast. And if you've not seen it, I pulled up my tasks. This works within Calendar, Drive. I can even go to a brand new sheet, and you'll notice the sidebars over here. And it, depending on which application you're in, will show you different things. So, for example, Keep and Tasks are available through most of the apps, but because I'm in a sheet, Calendar is available as well. But what they did for tasks, it's really, really nice. So I'm going to open up my tasks. Let's say I need to make a change to this one and PD plan for next year. I can simply add, what do we say? Review Canvas challenge. And now I've adjusted the content of this. If I wanted to add a date, I can pick a date. Let's say we want to do it Friday. What'll happen is this event will now show up in my calendar as a checkbox item. So I'll show you an example of my calendar. And you'll see up here, I've got repeating tasks. So I know we did Shearwell this morning, and we did Canvas admin tickets. And those are actually up here under current tasks. And you'll see if I uncheck. Get out of here. So here's the tasks for this morning. There's a reminder to do that. I have it on a repeating thing. And check, check. I even added this one. So Tasks is a really great tool for managing your to-do lists. You can have different lists, as you can see. I've got a bunch of lists here. I even use it on my personal account. So my kids each have their own task list for repeating things each day, like getting up and cleaning your rooms and brushing your teeth or doing the dishes or whatever tasks or chores they have. So great tool that's integrated, again, free. You're noticing a theme here and all the things that we've talked about with CK12 and the EPUB stuff. So it's a resource that's available. Google put out a cool update on it. I find it very useful, so thought we would share. But
And many of our admins participate in the Google exams that we used to facilitate, the old ones where there were like 7 different exams and they were all multiple choice. And that's when you had to learn about the original Google tasks that you could only access from Gmail in a really convoluted way, and it was bizarre the way you would create things, and you were asked questions about it on this exam. That's a huge improvement. Everything that Justin loves about tasks is there now and wasn't originally, and everything I hated about tasks is gone now, but I'm just too jaded to go back to it.
I've been trying to, because there's a way you can share tasks. There's a way to get task lists to work amongst a group, but he's been resistant, like I was with CK12. Sorry about that. We're still eating my crow.
Try things and don't give up on them just because it didn't work originally. Technology evolves, and it does get phenomenally better with feedback, and Google is definitely proving that with tasks.
Well, and what I would like about the tasks as well for personal uses is my phone has a widget, and I don't know if you can see it, but it's got a widget right on the screen. So I can switch between my lists, and if the kids have done what they're supposed to, I can just check it off, and I can switch between accounts and lists and all of that, and keep my work stuff separate from my personal. And the one list is even shared with my wife, so she can interact with it as well. So makes my life a lot easier. So that is our list of items today. We do not have any questions, but if you do have a question, please go to j.mp/ITPD office hours. Again, we do monitor this. So if you've got a question, please ask. Don't forget tickets as well. We do that every morning, first thing. And usually in the afternoon, actually, we look at it too.
We get to them at least twice a day.
Yeah. Eating anything good, Jake?
Just peanuts. Trying to quietly shell them, and I don't think I'm being very successful.
You know, meat has a mute button, right?
I was going to say, I haven't heard it. So I think we're fine.
I'm looking at this meme here, and we went to go for a walk yesterday, and she's like, "Where's my other sock?" She'd been leaving them in her shoes. Like-
Oh, jeez.
I'm like, "What color was it?" She goes, "Purple." I was like, "Yeah, that was the one he ate."
Oh, no. Yep.
He'll even go into like the basket. If the basket's out, he'll try to go nose around for him. So very mischievous right now. Amy, did you see Jake's catwalk?
Mm-mm.
I'll have to send it over.
I have a hammock stand in my sunroom made out of galvanized pipe that goes up almost to the ceiling, but I
Oh,
put some boards above it. And so the cats climb up a wall of carpet that I put on there, and they climb across it over to a hammock.
I bet they're
Yeah, there's a cat
very
hammock
happy.
too.
Yeah,
It's good fun.
I can imagine they are very happy with that.
All right, reminder j.mp/itpd office hours. And we got one question from Robin early on there, but got any? Please fill it out. We will update, add a quiz for April as we get here. I can't believe that we're already almost done with April. The questions for March, it feels like last week. But,
Yeah.
so we'll release that one later this week.
That'll be the last one for the year, right?
Yeah, probably. I do a required feedback one just to get more input, but otherwise, yeah.
Wonder if somebody will say they didn't get to see enough birds this year like they did last year.
Yeah.
Oh, you think we're good, Jake?
Yeah.
All right, everybody, have a good week. We'll see you next week.